Hey guys, this is Shelby with the Rogers Public Library. So today for Colorín, Colorado, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some Spanish language words that you can use to communicate with people in Spanish, and then also tell you a little bit about Latin American culture. We're going to start with this. So today we have words for saying hello and goodbye. So for hello, a couple words you might use is hola. This is a really common one. It kind of means hi. You have these, they're based on time, so buenos dias, that's something that you say in the morning, good morning. Buenas tardes, that's good afternoon, and buenas noches is good evening. You can also say good night, to say goodbye to someone. This little line over here, that's called an accent mark. It just means that when you say that syllable, you say it a little bit louder than you say the other syllables. But it's still an I, and it makes the I sound. So buenos dias. And these are ways that you might say goodbye. So you could say adios. That's a very formal way of saying goodbye, like a farewell. Like you say that to your grandparents if they live far away and you're not sure when you're going to see them next. Or you can say hasta luego, until then, or hasta mañana, until tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. You can say nos vemos. And then these are some bonus words. So if you want to ask someone how they're doing, you can say como está. That's what you'll say to someone who's older than you or someone you don't know very well. You also say como estás for someone you're a little bit more familiar with, a family member, your sibling, something like that. And normally, if someone asks you one of those questions, you'd say estoy bien. I'm doing okay. I'm doing well. And then if you want to ask them how they're doing, you say y tú. Or so saying y tú it's just a shortened way of saying como estás. Or you might say y usted if it's the formal version you're using. Yeah, that's just some basic vocab that you guys can try to parse out. But now I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Lucha Libre. So Lucha Libre is it's a type of wrestling that's originates in Mexico. Although the guy who invented Lucha Libre, his name was Salvador Luteros Gonzalez, and he actually got the idea from watching American wrestlers in Texas, and he decided to start a wrestling league in Mexico City, and he brought in wrestlers from America at first to fight for him, and then eventually there were more wrestlers who were from Mexico that got involved. So two things about this first. You guys might be familiar with wrestling masks. These weren't always around. And the very beginning, there weren't a lot of people who wore masks. Those came later. And also, not all Mexican wrestlers wear masks, but most of them do, and they're making it good. I'll talk about that in a second. But first, this is kind of a secret. But wrestling isn't always real. So a lot of times it's people who are very strong and they're throwing each other and picking each other up and doing very athletic activities, but those activities are scripted, and it's about the storyline, it's about the characters. So these two masks are of two very big Mexican wrestling characters. This is Blue Demon, and this is El Santo. These are two of the most famous Mexican wrestlers of all time. Yeah. And so, like I said before, the masks are very significant. And actually, sometimes in Mexico, they'll have what are called luchas de apuestas, or bet matches, where two wrestlers will fight and the loser will lose his mask. Or if one of them doesn't wear a mask at all, then he has to shave his head. So yeah, it's a sign of honor for a lot of wrestlers. Here's some other wrestlers that you might be familiar with. This is Rey Mysterio. He's actually American. I'm from California, but he's wrestled in both the United States and in Mexico. And then this is not actually a wrestler, it's Pokemon. But there is a Pokemon that's based off of Lucha Libre. His name is Halucha. I thought you guys might find that interesting. So you can see he kind of has a wrestling mask. And he also has a cape, which not all wrestlers wear, but he he soars up into the air because Lucha Libre is kind of famous for having more acrobatic, like high flying stunts compared to American versions of wrestling. And so finally, I wanted to show you the craft that we're going to do. So this is just a printout wrestling mask that you can design. We're going to have these at the libraries for people to pick up. But so I traced on this one kind of the outline of Blue Demon's mask, and I figured I would paint it so you guys could show you guys how to do it. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to get a Sharpie here. This one's not working very well. So I'm having a little technical difficulties with the marker, but basically, I'm just going to fill this area in. I already did most of the hard work by drawing the outline. I'm going to paint the nose black, like Blue Demon's mask. So, and then when it's done, there's 2 holes on the sides here. I'm going to put a string through, and you can wear it like this, and you can kind of see out of it. It works better if you have a small face, but my face is kind of big because I'm a grown-up. But that's what I have for you guys today. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you next Tuesday.